Until further notice, the ACC stands for the Aaliyah Chavez Conference. 29 points against Florida State, 33 points tonight in overtime, saving number 9 Oklahoma from a devastating loss in the ACC SEC Challenge. Am I overreacting? Probably, but that's what I'm here to do. It's No Cap Space post-game show. Tyler DeLuca here with boots on the ground in Norman, Oklahoma, and we got to talk about the star freshman, the $1 million lady, Aaliyah Chavez. I mean, I was sitting here courtside amazed because realistically, the threes weren't falling. 3 for 11 tonight. And you still end up with 33 points, a career high, I might add. This is a player that is hot, and goodness gracious, you don't want a player like Aaliyah Chavez getting hot. That's where we're at right now. And this was a game where, again, the three ball was not falling. 3 of 11, but ends up still shooting 50%. 13-26. That's efficient in my book. I don't know what to tell you. Was getting to the rim, was having the midi hit. Again, the 3 not falling in the way that you would exactly hope to. Not the worst game of all time, but however, the points still dropped. And it was enough points to lift Oklahoma to again, just such an incredibly important win. If you lose this game, if you're Oklahoma, right? You have Oklahoma State coming up here soon. But January is brutal. LSU is going to be here. South Carolina's going to be here. This is a must-win game in terms of momentum. And who do they turn to? Not Reagan Beers for a lot of this. Not Peyton Verhulst. In fact, they were turning to Aaliyah Chavez. We just heard from Aaliyah Chavez in the post-game press conference, which you can see here on the YouTube channel. She understands the weight of that. And I feel like she's already maturing so much just from what we heard at Media Day to now. I am leaving here so incredibly impressed with what Aaliyah Chavez was able to accomplish tonight. And to me, she's arrived. We'll see. There's going to be ups and downs. It's not going to be like this every single night, unless it is. But it's not. No, I'm not going to overreact that much. But the thing is, this is what you hoped for. This is what the excitement in the city of Norman was all about, was having a player of this caliber come in and get buckets. That's why you're here. That's what she did tonight, and it led Oklahoma to this win. Now let's talk about other aspects of this game. I thought Sahara Williams, she struggled from the free throw line. She had the miss at the end. It was a bit of a roller coaster of a game, but this is a player in Sahara Williams that has increasingly gained responsibility over her time and really had a decent chunk from her first day here in Oklahoma. It's such a unique build for a player because she's not the tallest, but goodness, she can bang with anybody down low. And you saw that tonight with Camille Pierre, but also she's on the perimeter guarding Zoe Brooks. That's the type of player that you're talking about with defensive versatility that is so incredibly important for this Oklahoma team, and also holding the team down emotionally as well. That was what we heard a lot about from Jenny Baranczyk in the post-game press conference, was how she's such an anchor to this team. I'm leaving here impressed with Oklahoma. It wasn't pretty. The rebounding was not good. Just straight up. It was not good. And that's what you heard in the press conference. And Jenny Baranczyk said, if they're not going to rebound, they're not going to be a good team. Put that clear. You're not going to win in the SEC unless you're boxing out. That is the key. We got to fix this now if you're the Oklahoma staff that you are leaving this game with. But you're also leaving with the fact that even with those struggles, Reagan Beers still got going here a little bit, right? It wasn't you still want more, right? This was a game of twos through and through. Both teams struggled from 3. This was a game of twos coming into it, was what Jenny Baranczyk said. This was the game plan. You got to win with twos. And that means for Oklahoma, clear as day, you're playing through Reagan Beers. I still want to see more of that. Jenny Baranczyk still wants to see more of that. We just heard it. It's imperative to me that Reagan Beers feels dominant in these games. And I don't know if we've fully gotten that this season so far. So there's room for growth with that. And even with that, I'm saying she still had 21 points and 12 rebounds. So it's not like you're not producing. I want to see dominance. And I think that's what Oklahoma is striving for with Reagan Beers. But again, obviously, the story of this game is Aaliyah Chavez and the way that she was, again, turned to by these seniors. Turned to and said, I got y'all. The amount of maturity and responsibility. This was the loudest I've heard Lloyd Noble in a minute. It was. And obviously, Aaliyah Chavez has been in big moments throughout high school and been in these big tournaments and with cameras on and lights flashing. She's not new to that. But it's still a new level, and you're chanting. You're hearing the chants. You have the ball in your hands, and you can rush it. You can pull a 3. You have the capabilities to do that. And she played smart. She played incredibly smart. On this game, I really thought Oklahoma as a whole played smart. Only 9 turnovers in total. And what was a pretty, at times open game. At times it got a little chunky with some of the refs. And what I thought was overall pretty well-called game, I'd say. But I do want to talk about NC State. First off, Camille Pierre. Look, we had her on when she transferred to NC State. We're no stranger to Camille Pierre. And if in this SEC ACC challenge, not a stranger to Camille Pierre. Obviously on the different side now, playing for the ACC in this. But I mean, the sheer just like motor that she has in order to, if she missed a shot, she's there. Even if she's boxed out, she's there. I mean, it felt like she was getting every single rebound for a decent chunk of this game. The finishing was there, and this was playing through. What I noticed, and I posted on my social media, is it looked like a cramp in her right leg. We saw her go down a couple of times, literally right down here on this side of the court, where she's just like holding her right leg. And we saw towards the end of the game during free throws, she's like trying to stretch her leg out on a teammate. And I'm like, are we cool with her playing right now? You know, are we good? She ended up playing the entire game. She ends up this game with 19 points and 20 rebounds. And that's just like an every night occurrence for Camille Pierre. And we're not going to let that just slide by. I'll be very interested in what her draft stock ends up looking like when the time comes. Obviously still just a junior, but I'm incredibly impressed with Camille Pierre. Seeing her in person again here. I've seen her in person before. Every time I see her, I just leave moved by the motor more than anything. And the skills are obviously there too. Looking at this game as a whole, I mean, obviously it went to overtime for a reason, right? This game was close. This game was tight. And to me with NC State, you're going to have to kind of pick and choose and stop either the perimeter or the inside. And Oklahoma did not do that. They did not do that. Like I said, 19 and 20 from Camille Pierre. You just kind of go down the list here. Tilda Trigger, 18 points. Zam Jones, 26. Zoe Brooks, 25. I mean, there was just ISO after ISO after ISO. And I actually think it bit NC State at the end of the game because they kept trying to go ISO when they actually had room to go and get on the clipboard and maybe draw something up. And you saw, I mean, those last couple seconds in the fourth quarter took 5 ever. I mean, it was amazing, frankly, how long it actually took, whether it be the timeouts or the reviews or whatever. It wasn't seamless in that way. We've seen that a little bit with NC State so far this season. We've seen them be comfortable playing in the open court, right, and playing fast. We saw that against Tennessee and being able to run with that, a team with that level of pace. Oklahoma, in a lot of ways, that type of pace. But we saw Oklahoma be able to maybe pick and choose a little bit more than we've seen in the past of what the pace looks like with them. And, again, that is something that's going to be so incredibly important because you can't just play at 1,000,000 miles per hour all the time. Not in the SEC. Whether you have to slow yourself down or somebody slows you down, it's going to happen. And to see them be able to kind of power through that a little bit, whether it was trying to get the entry passes, and which were decent, I will say, decent tonight. But that's the type of stuff you're going to have to be flexible with within the SEC. And again, Oklahoma, NC State, I know they had the losses. The record is not good right now. Obviously, the loss over Thanksgiving to Rhode Island, I believe. Like, it not great. However, this team is talented. They are. I'm not like writing them off. I still think they can go and be an absolute force in the ACC, which is just not great, generally speaking. But like, Oklahoma won this game. Aaliyah Chavez won this game. And I am sitting here impressed, excited for what's to come, and trying to figure out where I need to put my expectations for this Oklahoma team. I'm not going to get too far ahead of myself, but all I'm saying is the eye emojis are on Oklahoma. We're keeping watch because if Aaliyah Chavez keeps doing this, Oklahoma is going to be a damn hard team to beat. But that's it for me here from Norman. We're going to have boots on the ground here more and more, right? I mean, once conference play comes, LSU's here. South Carolina's here. I'll be here for those. We're going to have people all across the country at these massive conference games. And we still got a big month here in December with the non-con, finishing this up, going live, all the things that you want to see. We'll have it here at No Cap Space. So make sure you're subscribed to it. Make sure you go check out Ball Up Top just dropped, our weekly podcast. You can find that here on the YouTube as well. And of course, you can find our written content on NoCapSpaceWBB.com. You can find every link down below in the description. If you want to hear from Aaliyah Chavez and Jenny Baranchik, you can find that here on the YouTube as well. And until next time, I'll talk to you very soon.